And welcome back, race fans, to Right Rear Racing. As tonight we are bringing you the round number 9 of the Regal Promotions Esports 360s. Tonight's going to be the Wisconsin Cheese Fest here at Cedar Lake. It looks like we have 30, 32 drivers currently registered, with roughly about 4 more minutes left to practice. So we should have a good racing here at Cedar Lake for the main event. It's going to be a 30-lap main event. And everyone's going to be exiting the speedway here as the drivers' meeting is about to start, and that is going to be presented by Admin Box, which is also your presenting sponsor for tonight's main event, or for tonight's event. And as they're doing the drivers' meeting, we have roughly about 4 more minutes left until the qualifying sessions start. And tonight, going into tonight's event, Mason Hannigan is your current points leader with 2,350 points, and 217 points behind him is going to be Spencer Putney. And sitting in third is going to be Ty Williams, and he is 220 points back from the leader. Trevor Royer is in fourth, and Nick Lair is in fifth. And my math might have been a little bit wrong here, because that looks like we're going to have 32 drivers. I thought I said 34. And it looks like we have some Caden Berry fans here tonight. And then we had a very interesting last week at Knoxville, with Caden Berry hitting that outside wall and breaking on the very last lap, but he still came around and got second place, as I know Caden has a strong following of viewers. And for tonight's heat races, the top 4 will be inverted from their qualifying times. And the top 4 will be going on to your main event. And we're going to have, I believe we're going to have 2 B mains for tonight's events. And thank you everyone for liking the stream. As there's no drivers currently on the track for that drivers meeting that we mentioned. And all your green flags tonight will be presented by Third Party Gaming, as they are your green flag sponsor. As this drivers meeting is going on, I mentioned earlier, Admin Box is always the sponsor of the drivers meeting. If you're interested in getting an Admin Box, use code RPE Sports Box to save 10% on your next order. And we also have the Dirt Slingers Racing League as a league sponsor here for Regal Promotion. And later on, we're going to have a warm-up session, and that's going to be presented by the Night Owl Racing League. And for all your Regal Promotions esports events, you're going to have a Hard Luck Award sponsor, and that's presented by Premier Racing Setups. And Right Rear Racing is your Heat 1 sponsor. And for your Victory Lane sponsor is going to be Roya's Graphics. Sick Trophies are going to be be the sponsor of the 2025 RPES Awards Show, which that should be happening later on in the year. I believe that's going to be December. I can't remember the exact date there, but it's going to be happening in December. Every Caution, the Fastest Lap, and the B-Main sponsors it's gonna be the 618 engraving and design. And your hard charger award sponsor for the event is going to be TJ Visuals. And as always, all the Regal Promotions esports events has a 4-wide salute, and that sponsor is presented by Victory Fuel. And if you're on your next order for Victory Fuel, use code RPE Sports Victory to save 10% at checkout. And the drivers' meeting is over with. We should be starting our qualifying session now, as we're going to go with, if I can find it over here, we do have as we go on board with the 123 of Kevin Goodall, as he goes in turn number 3. He's getting that high side going off 4, and I'm sorry, I'm all backwards with where this camera's set up at. Now he's coming off 4, and Kevin Goodall is going to qualify 11th with a 12.72. Derek Patetti is top of the board right now in that 41 machine with a 11.82. And Kevin Goodall did not get any faster on his second lap. Jack Anderson has qualified in that third position with 11.84. I'm late to the call on that one. Ty Dixon has came out there on his first lap and got a 12.32. The second lap was a 12.21. That's going to put him up to 15th for the moment. We're going to follow along with the 11 of Jason Groom. And for his first lap is going to be a 12.93, and he's going to try to get faster here as he comes down the back straightaway, entering turn number 3. He's trying to get that middle slider line going. And he's coming off turn number 4. And Joseph Groom's going to be quicker there. He's going to jump up to 20th with a 12.08. And we have Caden Berry getting that high side going in 1 and 2 as he goes in turn number 3. He's going to slide up. I don't know if that's going to be his outlap or his first time, as he's going to top the leaderboard with an 11.54, and that was his second lap. And the two that put on a show last week at Knoxville, they're currently sitting 1 and 2. And as soon as I say that, Bowen Smith has been moved up to the top spot with 11.53. And right now we are following along with Jimbo Rooney in that 27 machine. He's going to get that outside lane going in 3 and 4, and he's coming out of turn 4 for his first lap. I think he might have hit that outside wall just a little bit. No, he didn't. He got a time. He got a 12.38 as he looks down low this time around in 3 and 4 here. And his second lap is going to jump him up to the 22nd position with a 12.07, and Logan Trimmer did not qualify. And hopefully it all fixes itself out, Tyler, throughout the night here. And for heat race number 1, you're going to see Corey Denson in that 26 machine on the pole. On his outside is going to be Ty Williams in the 116. Inside row number 2 is going to be the number 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. And on his outside is going to be a quick time qualifier of Bowen Smith in the 012. Inside row number 3 is going to be the number 3 car of Jace Schaff. And on his outside is going to be John III in the 69. Inside row number 4 is going to be Kevin Goodall in the 123 and Greg Robinson in the 83 on his outside. And rounding out the field for heat race number 1 is going to be Logan Trimmer. And sorry about that. I'll try to figure out what's going on with the voice here. As Corey Denson in that 26 machine is going to be leading us on the pace laps. See if Bowen Smith can get something going here, starting in that 4th position, as he was your quick qualifier. The pace truck lights are off, and they're getting the road up green flag. We're going to go green flag racing next time around. As Corey leads us down the back straightaway in that number 26 machine. And the pace truck has sped up, and he's going to be pulling off in turn 1. And we're waiting for that third-party gaming green flag as the 26 is leading us to it. And we're green flag racing. We're going to have a little bit of contact on the front row there between the 26 and the 16 as the 16 is getting the high side lane going. And going down the back straight where we're still going to be side by side. The 26 is going to be sliding up in turns 3 and 4. We're going to make contact coming off turn 4. And it's going to be the 16 taking the lead for lap number 1 here. And the 16 is going to be holding off there. Here comes the 26 looking down low. We have another contact. The 012 of Bowen Smith is looking down low and cleared it for the 2nd position. As Bowen Smith is in 2nd, he's trying to reel in the 16 machine of Ty Williams. On the ticker, he's going to be 116, but car number 16 on the track. As the 26 of Corey Denson, he's looking down low in 1 and 2 there. The 012 is getting that momentum on the outside. He's trying to reel in Ty Williams in that 16 machine. As we are halfway through with heat race number 1, it's been Ty Williams since first lap there, with Bowen Smith in 2nd, Corey Denson in 3rd. And for that 4th and final transfer spot, coming from P9 is going to be the 45 of Logan Trimmer, as that's going to be your final qualifying position for your main event. And this time around, they're getting the white flag, and Ty Williamson, that was Corey Denson that bobbled there. And we have one in the outside wall, and with a white flag, you cannot throw a caution as Ty Williams. It's coming out. That was a lap ahead there, guys. Sorry about that. Here comes the 012. And now we have the checker flag. Ty Williams will be taking the win from heat race number 1, followed by Bowen Smith, Corey Denson, and Logan Trimmer, as Logan Trimmer has moved up from P9 to P4. And those 4 drivers will be going to your main event. And the rest of your results for heat race number 1 is going to be Greg Robinson in 5th, Jace Schaff in 6th, Kevin Goodall in 7th, John III in 8th, and Ernie Williams Jr. rounds out the field. Heat race number 2, starting on the pole, is going to be Jackson Sutton in the 321. On his outside is going to be Richie Gaines, the 3rd, and the 111. Inside row number 2 is going to be Derek Patetti in the 41. And on his outside is going to be the 112 of Caden Berry. Inside row number 4 is going to be, inside row number 3 is going to be Dylan McKee in the 12. On his outside is going to be the 27 of Jimbo Rooney. And row number 4 is going to be Matt Hinkle in the 47. And on his outside is going to be Jordan Navario in the 96. As Jackson Sutton leads the field down the back straightaway into turn number 3. As he's coming out of turn number 4, they're getting the rolled up green flag, as we're going to go green flag racing next time around. And as always, jump in the chat and let me know who your favorite driver is and who you're going for. That's both on Facebook and YouTube. And there's a lot of Caden fans over here. As we go in turn number 3, Jackson Sutton's hitting that loud pedal. He's leading us to the third-party gaming green flag for heat race number 2, as he's going to slide up and take that high side momentum there. We're going to go back there as they go 3 wide for the 2nd position. The 111 of Richie Gaines. He's going to get the outside going. Here comes the 41 of Derek Patetti down low, followed by Caden Berry. And I'm going to get y'all's time tower up there. And here comes the 0-12. We're going to have contact for second as Caden Berry uses his right rear with a 41. And Caden Berry's moved up to the second position with a 41. In third, Jimbo Rooney in that 27 machine. He's going to be your last and final qualifier for your main event, as everyone else will be going to to the B main. And we go back up there with Caden Berry as he's reeling in Jackson Sutton in that 321, or car number 23 on the field. As Caden Berry looks down low, he's going to look. I thought he was going to do a slide drive. He pinched it off and was kept down low. As they go down the back straightaway, Caden Berry is going to stay down low there in 3 and 4. And now he goes to the high side in 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, we're going to go back there towards the back just a little bit. As that 111 and the 47 are on the outside, they're looking to get in there. As that's where the battle is for your last and final transfer spot. The 47s get that bottom side going. As they go side by side in turns 3 and 4, they're getting the white flag as we only have one more lap remaining. And as I was following that, Caden Berry took the lead. Here comes the 23 of Jackson Sutton looking down low, and Caden Berry hits the outside wall in 3 and 4, and Jackson Sutton's going to take the win here, followed by Caden Berry in that 112. Derek Patetti and Jimbo Rooney rounds out the top 4, as those drivers will go straight to your main event. The rest will be going to a B main. And the rest of your results for heat race number 2, Matt Hinkle in the 47 finishes 5th. Richie Gaines in the 111 finishes 6th. Dylan McKee in the 12 is 7th. And Jordan Navarro rounds out the field in that number 96 machine. Heat race number 3, they're taking the field now. As Michael in the 07, he's going to be on the pole. On his outside is going to be Alec in the 23. Inside row number 2 is going to be Joseph, and he's going to be in the 412. The 22 of Mason Hannigan on the outside row number 2. Inside row number 3 is going to be John Jr. in the 34. On his outside is going to be Joseph Groom in the 11. And row 4, we have Ty Dickinson in the 67 and William Clapp in the 4 machine on his outside. I think Michael in the 07 is serving a penalty from last week's race. So that's going to bring the 412 of Joseph to the pole. The whole inside row will be moving up here. As we go down the back straightaway into turn number 3, the pace truck's going to be pulling off. And the 412's hitting the loud pedal, leading us to the third party gaming green flag, as they're going to be side by side coming off forward. We're going to have contact between the 23 and the 22 as the 22 slides up and takes over your lead. That's going to be Mason Hannigan. It did not bother him there with that contact. And now we're going to have a battle with the all-black car. That's going to be the 34 of John, as he's going to be sitting in second. The 412 of Joseph, he's moved back to the third position. And here comes a 07 of Michael, as he's moved up into that last and final transfer spot for your main event. Man, there's a lot of right rears there, man. And we have one spinning out back there in the back. Let's see if that brings out a caution flag for your heat race action. He's already pulled into the pits, and we are going to stay green, as the 412 is going to look through for a slide job here, and we're going to be 3 wide momentarily. Here comes the 34 looking down low, trying to pinch off the 412, and the 07 is still down low, taking over your third position. Now he's looking down low to capitalize and past the 34 as they're coming out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, the 07 has moved from that last position back up to second after he served his penalty. As we have 2 laps remaining, it's been Mason Hannigan since that wild start in turn 3 and 4. He's coming out of 4 now. He's getting the white flag. And we're going to go back here to your final transfer spot. The 412 and the 34 are battling side by side as they're in 3 and 4. And it looks like Mason Hannigan's going to take your win for heat race number 3, followed by the 07 of Michael. The 412 is going to take third, and John in that 34 machine is going to finish out fourth. And in fifth is going to be Ty Dixon in the 67. Joseph Groom in the 11 finishes 6th. William Clapp in the 4 machine finishes 7th. And Alec in the 23 machine rounds out the field for heat race number 3. And heat race number 4 is taking the field now. And we have Spencer Putney in the 17 machine. He's going to be on the pole with Trevor Warrior in the 90 on his outside. Jack Anderson in the 124 is going to start inside row number 2 with Diego Alvarado in the 224 on his outside. Nick Larry in the 43 is going to be inside row number 3. And Miles Jensen Jr. in the 71 is going to be on his outside. Row number 4, we have Jeremy Christensen in the 16 with Brian Kling in the 2 on his outside. And Spencer Putney, he's currently in second in points coming into tonight's event. As they're getting the rolled up green flag, we're going to go green flag racing next time around as Spencer Putney in that 17 machine leads the field. Out of turn number 2 here, coming down the back straightaway. They're all bunched up, ready to go. And Spencer Putney's leading us to that third party game. And green flag once again for heat race number 4. He's going to look down low and take the lead there. Here comes the number 90 of Trevor Warrior. He's getting the outside going. We're going to be side by side. That's going to be Jack Anderson down low. And in the middle is going to be Diego Alvarado. As Diego Alvarado, he's currently on that in that 4th position with Nick Larry looking to come in and take that position away for your final transfer spot to the main event. And Jack Anderson's looking down low with the number 90. He's trying to take over second. It looks like he's going to have some glitching issues there. And here comes this 124 still looking down low. And sorry about that. I did not put the timer up there. Might help if we have the timer for you guys. As we have now reached the halfway point. It's been the 17 of Spencer Putney since the drop of the green. But here comes the 90 of Trevor Warrior as he's going to get that outside going. Coming out turn number 4. They're going to be side by side at the line. It's still be the 17 for your lead. Here comes the 90 on 1 and 2. And coming down the back straightaway, he's going to take the lead and see if he holds on here. As we come out 4, we have a new leader this time around. That's going to be Trevor Warrior. Here comes Jack Anderson looking down low. He's looking for that second position to then take it away from Spencer Putney. And now Jack Anderson goes to the top side as we only have one more lap remaining in this event. Jack Anderson hits that outside wall, and here comes Diego Alvarado trying to capitalize on it and take over your 3rd position. As they go in turn number 3, they're going to be side by side for that third and 4th position. And it's going to be Jack Anderson taking the 3rd with Diego Alvarado running off the field. And I'm sorry, that's going to be Trevor Warrior taking the win for heat race number 4, followed by Spencer Putney. And we're going to take a quick look at your results for your heat race number 4. As we went over the top 4 there, Miles Jansen Jr. in the 71 finishes 5th. Nick Larry in the 43 is 6th. Brian Kling in the 2 car finishes 7th. And Jeremy Christensen in the 16 machine rounds out the field. And we're going to have a 17 car field here for your B main event. And starting on the pole is going to be the number 83 of Greg Robinson. On his outside is going to be Matt Hinkle in the 47. Inside row number 2 is going to be Ty Dickinson in the 67. Miles Jansen Jr. in that 71 machine will be on the outside. And then inside row number 3 is going to be the number 3 of Jace Schaff. Richie Gaines the 3rd on his outside in the 111. Inside row number 4 is going to be Joseph Groom in the 11 machine, and Nick Larry on his outside in the 43. Inside row number 5 is going to be Kevin Goodall in the 123, and Dill McKee on his outside in the 12. Inside row number 6 is going to be William Clapp in the 4, Brian Kling in the 2 on his outside. Inside row number 7 is going to be John the 3rd in the 69, Jordan Navarro in the 96 on his outside. Inside row number 8 there is going to be Alec in the 23 with Jeremy Christensen in the 16 on his outside, and Ernie Williams Jr. the 91 is going to round out the field. As Greg Robinson leads us down the back straightaway, I believe we're going to go green flag racing next time around as a pace truck speeds off there. I believe it's going to be the top 6 going to the main event as Greg Robinson leads us to the third-party gaming green flag. With 17 drivers here and 6 spots being taken. It's going to be a hard-fought battle here between these guys. As we're following along with Ty Dixon, he's getting that outside going. The 47's getting that low side going. Here comes the 35, which that's going to be, I believe, the 71 on your scoring loop of Miles Jensen Jr. And we're going to have contact back there. That looks like the 43 of Nick Larry getting involved there. As we go on board with Nick Larry here, he's on the outside. And it comes out turn number 4, and the 23 just goes in and gives him the right rear, and that's all she wrote there for your first 618 caution flag for the night. As a 71 of Miles Jensen Jr. in that 35 machine there. He's 71 on your scoring loop. Has went to the pits and got a quick repair, most likely. Is what it looked like. As we go back to the front with Greg Robinson in that 83 machine, and we have 3 laps down. Again, I believe this is a 6 cars are going to go to your main event. But right after this, we are going to have a couple minutes for your Night Owl Racing League warm-up session. As we're ready to go green flag racing next time around, Greg Robinson leads us down the back straightaway. And we have the third-party gaming green flag out once again as Greg Robinson leads us in turn number 1. Jace Schaff in that 3 machine, he got a good jump. As he's going to look down low in 1 and 2. He's back down to the bottom in 3 and 4 here. And Matt Hinkle looks like he hit the tires. And we're going to have contact with the tires there between the 3 as he's going to take over your lead in 1 and 2. Push the 83 car up just a little bit as we are now over halfway through with your B main. The 47 and the 67 have been battling it out for your 3rd position since the drop of the green. And the driver that started in the back of the field is currently sitting 6th, and that's going to, or he moved up to 4th now. That's going to be that 91 car on the outside. He started dead last in the speed main, and he's moved up 13 spots, make that 14, as he's now in your top 3. Richie Gaines, the 3rd in that 11 machine, he's going to be 4th. Matt Hinkle, 5th, and Greg Robinson has moved back to your 6th position as Joseph Groom passes him on the outside here, and they're going to be battling it back and forth. And we have contact, and the 83 looks like he's going to be going around as we have the white flag, and Ernie Williams Jr. comes from dead last and leading the field down the back straightaway for the last time as he slides up and comes out of turn number 4. He's going to take the win for your B main, followed by the number 3 of Jay Schaff. Ty Dixon in the 67, the 111 of Richie Gaines the 3rd, Matt Hinkle in 5th, and the 83 of Greg Robinson rounds out your top 6 drivers, which I believe are going to your main event. Now, that was actually your first main, as we have two mains tonight. I believe we have two mains. Or no, we only have one main, and so we're going to have a warm-up session here. And 7th is going to be Joseph Groom. 8th is Kevin Goodall, Jordan Navarro, and Brian Kling rounds out your top 10. John the 3rd in 11th, Nick Larry 12th, Jeremy Christensen in 13th, William Clapp 14th. Dylan McKee finishes 15th, Miles Jensen Jr. in 16th, and Alec in 17th. As that is your full field for your B main. And thank you for liking the stream. Again, your warm-up session here is presented by Night Owl Racing League. And there will be some awards given, and that's going to be on your Regal Promotions Esports Award Show in December for the Rookie of the Year award, as our practice session is coming to an end. For 11th place position here tonight, a free wrap will be given by the 14M Graphics. Donnie Battiest is Consultant Most Popular Driver Award. And that's, I believe, everyone that we have went through so far. As your A main is taking the field, let's take a look at your starting lineup for tonight's action. And starting on the pole is going to be the 116 of Ty Williams. On his outside is going to be the 321 of Jackson Sutton. Inside row number 2, your winner from last week, the number 22 of Mason Hannigan. Outside of him is going to be the number 90 of Trevor Royer. Inside row number 3, we have Bowen Smith in the 012. And on his outside is going to be the 112 of Caden Berry. Inside row number 4, we have Michael in the 07 machine. And on his outside is going to be Spencer Putney in the 17. Inside row number 5, we have Corey Denson in that 26 machine. And on his outside is going to be the 41 of Derek Patetti. Inside row number 6 has Joseph in that 412 machine. And on his outside is going to be Jack Anderson in the 124. Inside row number 7 has Logan Tremor in that 45 machine. Jimbo Rooney on his outside in the 27. Inside row number 8 has John Jr. in the 34. And on his outside is going to be Diego Alvarado, Ernie Williams Jr. 91, Jay Sheff in the 3, Ty Dickinson 67, Richie Gaines, Matt Hinkle, and Greg Robinson, as we're about to go green flag racing, as Ty Williams leads us to the green. Sorry for rushing through the grid there. As we are now under your third-party gaming green flag for your main event. It's going to be a 30-lap event here. As Mason Hannigan already looks down low, he's going to be battling it out for the lead as they're side-by-side going in turn 3. He's going to slide up and take that outside lane away, and he's going to lead lap number 1 with the 16 of Ty Williams right there. They're going to be side-by-side coming off 2, but the 22 of Mason Hannigan is going to get a good jump and lead lap number 2. As we go back further, Caden Berry is getting that low side going, and he's currently sitting third, and we're going to have a caution flag coming out. And it sounds like someone hit the tires in turn 1 as we follow along with Jimbo Rooney. He's up there on the outside. Coming down front straightaway, we have contact there and hits that pit entrance tires there. And we are 3 laps into your 30-lap main event here. It's going to be Mason Hannigan in that 22 machine leading the field, followed by Ty Williams in second, and Caden Berry. I'm sorry, we're going to go back one completed lap, and that's going to be Jackson Sutton in third, followed by Caden Berry and Bowen Smith for your top 5. As they got the rolled up green flag, we're going to go green flag racing next time around. As Mason Hannigan is up there and getting that loud pedal as he is going the third party game in green flag once again. Ty Williams in second. He's outside wall, and also the 23 did too. And here comes Caden Berry looking down low. He's moved up to your second position just on that last restart. He's moved up 2 spots as we are now down 4 laps, starting lap number 5. It's going to be Mason Hannigan and Caden Berry. They put on one hell of a show last week. Let's see if they can put it on again. As the 012 of Bowen Smith throws a slide job on Ty Williams for that third position. It seems like everyone's running the outside. See if everyone can stay on the track and not go over the track there in 1 and 2. And we have one car looking down low. That's going to be your 90 of Trevor Royer looking down low here. He's currently sitting in 6. And we're going to be 3 wide coming off turn 4 there. Right behind Trevor Royer. That's going to be the 07, the 17, and the 41. As it's still Mason Hannigan at the front of the field, followed by Caden Berry and Bowen Smith. And here comes the 23. He's trying to look down low. That's going to be Jackson Sutton battling out with Ty Williams for your 4th position. And the 07 of Michael looking down low as well. He's wanting to get that low side going, as the track is predominantly on the top side right now. The 07 got into, I believe that was, got into someone with his right rear. I don't know who he got into with exactly there. The 90 of Trevor Royer is looking down low once again. Jackson Sutton is moved up to the 5th position, and 07 of Michael is right behind him in that pink machine there, purple-pink machine. And Ty Williams is sitting in 4th. We're going to go back up there with Caden Berry and see if he's reeled in your leader, Mason Hannigan, just yet. As it looks like on the ticker, he's 1.2 seconds behind him. And Bowen Smith is 2.5 seconds behind Mason Hannigan there. As we go back to your 4th place battle, that's going to be Ty Williams, Jackson Sutton, and Michael battling out for your 4th position. And we are coming upon lap traffic as we are halfway through with your main event here at Cedar Lake. And we have the first lap traffic coming into play there, and did not slow down your leader of Mason Hannigan as he's still getting that outside going. You see how thin that line is up there. And he's throwing more of a mid slider in 2, 3, and 4. The gap has been the same, about 1.2, 1.3 seconds between Mason Hannigan and Berry, as everyone's jumping around back here. Ty Williams is going to be in 4th position. Jackson Sutton in 5th. Trevor Royer. Oh, Mason Hannigan hit that outside wall. Or he blinked out. Sorry, he blinked out for just a little bit and messed up the timing. As they come around lap traffic, Mason Hannigan has a 1.6 seconds lead on Caden Berry here. And we're going to have a yellow flag, and you see that car flipping there right in front of Caden Berry. I don't know if it happened right in front of Mason. And we're going to go take a look at Derek Patetti in that 41 machine. Gets on the outside there, have contact, rise the wall, and he ended up flipping right there, right in front of your leaders in 3 and 4. And that's going to bring out your second 618 caution flag. And with 9 laps remaining in your main event, this action up here in the front of the field should be heating up between the 22 and the 12. So if you got your popcorn out, go ahead and get ready to sit and watch the show. As Mason Hannigan leads us to the green flag, he's hitting that loud pedal as we are back under green flag racing condition for your last few laps here for your main event. Mason Hannigan's getting that outside going. It's sketchy just like your 305 race was up there on the top side. Bowen Smith is trying to stay there in your top 3 position as he's right there on Caden Berry. And now he's going to look down low. He's going to try to throw a slide job on Caden Berry. Berry's right there, and we're still maintaining your second position for Caden Berry. Bowen Smith goes up high in 3 and 4. He's trying to get that momentum there. As Berry's still up high, Smith is high too. And we also have Hannigan up there as well. And this time around at the flag stand, we have 5 laps remaining. 5 laps remaining in your main event. Here comes a slide job by Smith. A crossover by Berry as these two battle it out. Hannigan likes to see it because he can get more of a gap there on these two. And there are no mirrors in your Regal Promotions esports events. As you see, Mason is running a different line there as he's kind of sliding mid-slider in 3 and 4. But in 1 and 2, he's up there on the cushion. It looks like we're going to have lap traffic. Might play a factor here soon. And we're going to have another caution. It should be a green-white checker caution. And we're going to go take a look at what happened there as we go on board with Corey Denson in that 26 machine. The 412 goes up there, and that's going to be what brought out the caution. So it should be a green-white checker flag. As it's going to be Mason Hannigan still leading the field. Caden Berry in second. Bowen Smith in third. Ty Williams fourth. Trevor Royer in fifth. And Jack Anderson in sixth. Spencer Putney in seventh. And my clicker has moved on me. And Stephen, yes, it's been a battle between for a second there for a little bit. As they're getting the rolled up green flag, we're going to go back under green flag conditions one more time. And Mason Hannigan is hitting that loud pedal once again and getting the third-party gaming green flag as he goes in turn number 1. Caden Berry's getting that high side going, followed by Smith in that 012. Jack Anderson looks like he's down on the bottom side there in 1 and 2. And we're getting the white flag here as Mason Hannigan takes the white flag, goes in turn number 1 for one last time, and Berry hits the outside wall coming off 2. And Mason Hannigan takes the win here for your Wisconsin Cheese Fest at Cedar Lake, followed by Barry and Smith for your top three. Trevor Royer in fourth, and Jack Anderson rounds out your top five. And that's going to complete your spring portion of the Real Promotions Esports. We're going to hear from your top three drivers here momentarily. And as we wait for your drivers, we're going to go into your full results here. And we went over your top five. In sixth is going to be Ty Williams. Seventh is Spencer Putney. Logan Trimmer finishes eighth. Jackson Sutton in ninth. And Ernie Williams Jr. rounds out your top 10. Richie Gaines in third and 11th. Jay Schaff in 12th. Corey Denson in 13th. Greg Robinson in 14th. And Joseph Racing Joe in 15th. Ty Dixons's going to finish 16th. Matt Hinkle in 17th. And Derek Patetti in 18th. And 19th is going to be Michael in the 07. 20th is going to be John Jr. in the 34. Diego Alvarado finishes 21st. And Jimbo Rooney finishes 22nd. And I think I might have your drivers here. I don't. Stand by 1 second, guys. And we're going to hear from your winner here for tonight's event. And Mason, are you there?
Yep.
Man, that was a great show there. You led it since the drop of the green. How was the track there for you with compared from early on to those last few restarts?
It's pretty good. I didn't think it was gonna slick off that bad. Probably hurt a little bit. We were in warm up there, but I mean that's just kind of a result of Cedar Lake. This place gets real slick real fast. So yeah, no, we were pretty good all night. Uh, I have so many laps here, and I kind of just have a basis of kind of what you need to do all race, and Um, the bottom was really good, honestly. I know Caden loves to run the bottom, so I figured I was going to see a nose down there in 1 and 2. I thought it was really good. I hit it one time in traffic to get around a lap car, and I came off, and it felt really good. And then I hit it later on a restart, and didn't I think I missed it. I just watched it, and I just missed it, and just kind of committed to the top at that point. So yeah, other than that, though, good run to Caden Bowen there, and yeah, not a bad night at all.
And I know that you started, I believe you started in P3 on that original start, and you went down the back straight away. Were you already planning on throwing that slide job to take the lead right there, or did it just happen to happen that way?
Oh, absolutely. It was the same thing with the heat race there. Sorry to the guy in the heat race. I didn't mean to. I just kind of startled me when Alec came down the racetrack and smacked off the right side of my car. So I can't remember who that was, but sorry about that. I think it was John Kilmwitz or True Skaliski. I can't remember, but I didn't mean to wheel him coming up in 3 and 4. I just kind of got a little spooked there when I got smashed into the side of. But yeah, I mean, I just had a really good run off 1 and 2, and I think Ty was kind of spinning a little bit. And I mean, I if anybody knows me, on the first lap, I'm looking to pretty much go as far as I can before the momentum slows down. So yeah, no, I feel like restarts are things some people lack, and they just lack kind of aggression. So whether it's a start of a race or a restart, you gotta be with the program. So yeah, I mean it's I was fully ready to slide them, and I just kind of had the run just set up that way. So obviously, if you don't have the run, you're not going to slide them. But yeah, no, it just kind of set up that way, and we were to pick off the lead and lead the rest of the race there.
Again, congratulations on your win here for the Wisconsin Cheese Fest at Cedar Lake. Do you have any sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, all the boys at Black Diamond Motorsports, Tim Sims, Velocity Race Designs, and can't thank Andrew for putting this deal on. And we'll be back for 360 Nationals and see if we can keep the momentum rolling there.
Yes, sir. It's always been a pleasure here broadcasting your race last week and this week. And hopefully we get to do it again and catch you here in the broadcast booth on the podium.
Yep, thank you, sir.
Yep, thanks, sir. And there you have it, your winner of Mason Hannigan. And now we're going to hear from your second place finisher of Caden Berry. And Caden, do you got a good copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
And that was a good, hard-fought battle there. I know Bowen Smith came up there on that one of the restarts, and y'all started throwing the slider fest. It seems like last week you did it, and this week, every time I ever watch you, you're trying to do you're caught up in the slider fest. So I know you know how to react and stay clean on them, but at that moment, what was going through your mind there? Because I know that you all were trying to catch up to Mason Hannigan there.
I just feel like before we had that last caution of the race, I was starting to reel him in and start getting, more in a rhythm. But I was running on a season-old set, which was obviously a little bit different. So I feel like maybe with a updated version of like, shocks and everything else, could have helped. But on that last caution, we were there. Just I feel like it was super hard to pass, and it was just top line dominant. And if you messed up or got in the wall, you were pretty much out to lunch. So no, it just sucks. Obviously, want to win again here with you guys, and just got to keep going and fighting harder. But yeah, no, it just sucks. I mean, we were there on a rhythm, but I mean, hopefully we can win the next one.
Yes, sir. Hopefully you can. And I was looking at some stats earlier today. You have 23 victories in the 360s here with Regal Promotions Esports, and Mason Hannigan has 8 coming into tonight, if I'm not mistaken. That's just me going off my memory. So you're not a stranger to the podiums here at all, for at least the top 3 here. And I know how much the victory means to you.
Yeah, no, for sure. Go ahead.
No, it's all you, Mike's all you, man.
Yeah, no, like I was saying, it was a really good race. It was just like I was saying, it was just top lane dominant. But I don't know where we're going next, but super looking forward into the next one, and hopefully we can have an updated set. With Matt Builder, he only makes them for like official stuff, so can't really get him for events. So it makes it a little bit more tougher on me there. But no, like I said, we'll try to come back stronger for the next one and start trying to rack up, back up the wins again, and maybe we can try to win as much as we can left of the season.
Yes, sir. And again, congratulations on your podium finish here tonight. Do you have any sponsors or any shout outs to give?
Yep. Thank you. First and foremost, got to give all glory to God. My mom and dad, my nan and grandpa, my grandmother Cece, my grandma Ryder, TJ, Tim and Kevin. Gotta thank Metcalf Cinematography. Gotta thank Granite State Blacktoppers. Gotta thank New Life Restorations, Terminal Graphics, Juice Powder Cutting, Bear Blasting, Ryder Family Sawmill. Gotta thank Driven to Save Lives and Victor Fuel, and gotta thank you guys for putting on the show.
And again, congratulations on your second place finish here, and hopefully we can catch you back here on the podium here on Right Rear Racing Broadcast or for a Regal Promotions Esports event.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, sir. And there you have it, your second place finisher of Caden Berry. And it doesn't look like we were going to hear from Bowen Smith here in that 012, your third place finisher, as he's not in the Discord waiting for me. So that's going to conclude your Wisconsin Cheese Fest here for the Real Promotions Esports round number 9 for the spring series, or spring portion of the series. And I believe they're going to have a race on Wednesday for, I don't have that information up in front of me. The next Regal Promotions Esport event that you can catch on Regal Promotions Esports YouTube page. It's going to be on Sunday, May 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's going to be the Extreme 358 Modified Tour, 100 at I-55 Raceway, 40 laps, fixed setup with a $10 membership fee. Then on Tuesday, May 13th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is going to be the Regal Promotions Esports Queen City 60 by 618 Engraving and Design at the dirt track at Charlotte. It's going to be 60 laps, a fixed setup, dirt straight stocks, and that's going to be a minimum of $75 to win, with $15 to go into 10th, and a $15 entry fee. And you can catch that action live on Regal Promotions Esports YouTube page. And that's going to conclude tonight's event. Thank you for tuning in here on your Right Rear Racing broadcast channel here, and we will catch you next time